not succeeding because you're not working on your energy. You're just working on your goal. That's the problem. The most common reason why people fail is because they're not very passionate about what they're going after. There's no clarity. There's no depth to that goal. I have to be the change I wish to see. As Lord Krishna tells Arjun, yad yad acharati shreshtha tat tat deve tanujara. Society follows examples of people who do what they want other people to do. You have a gift called imagination. So even if something is not in your life right now, if I imagine it, my subconscious mind can cooperate with me. It can form pictures around this very desire that I want. If you understand, it's not a trophy, it's a process. If I have a goal I'm pursuing, it kind of keeps me motivated in general in life. Problem is, there is no enthusiasm for life. There is no general happiness with it. They're doing their stuff. They're getting up every day in the morning, they're coming to work, they're looking after their kids. But there is something lacking from within. That love for life is not there. A doubting mind, a limiting mind is always an example of an unhealed inner child.
Do people sometimes use manifestation to avoid grief? So Dr. Karishma, let's talk about the law of attraction. Tell me, you're one of the pioneers in law of attraction in India. Let's be honest, why do so many smart, successful people fail at manifesting?
I think the most common reason why people fail is because they're not very passionate about what they're going after. So there's no clarity. They want something and they think this is going to change my life, but there's no depth to that goal. So I would always recommend that you sit down with yourself and see if it excites you. Because if it excites you, you will not think of giving up. And one reason why it fails is because that passion is not there. You don't maintain that passion. So go after what you really want, not because somebody else has it, but because you really want it from the depths of your heart. The second reason why people normally fail in manifestation is because they are very attached to the outcomes. So there's daily monitoring. Is this coming to me today? Is there a sign that this is going to happen? So looking for assurances from other people that, are you sure this is going to happen for me? Has it ever happened with someone else? So I think it is important to reflect on what action you're taking. So you have to check whether I am taking enough action, not whether is there a sign come today or not. So I think there is a problem when it comes to over attachment to your goal, which often blocks their manifestation, because now they have fear, they have insecurity, there is self-doubt.
But that's bound to happen, right? It's human. Like, for example, I want to come first in my exam. And like you said, the work towards the manifesting is actually putting in the work. But then the fear will be there that I hope I do. That's normal, that's human, we're not sure, we doubt ourselves, self-doubt comes in, fear comes in. That's very correct, because I think it's the most natural form of emotions, where at every stage of life you'll be like, but am I doing it right? Am I doing enough for it? Even though you're so sure of the goal and you are manifesting because you're positively telling yourself, I want to achieve this and I'm going to do everything in my power to achieve it. But those kind of emotions are normal. How is it different to just wishing for something? Why is this word manifestation considered so powerful compared to I wish to do this and I'm going to work towards it, I'm going to get there?
Some amount of fear is normal, right? I want something, मुझे डर लग रहा है, वो मेरे comfort zone के बाहर है, right? वो normal है, that is okay. For example, somebody wants to pass an examination, right? It's a very important examination. They're studying, तो एक अंदर से एक डर है, होगा ना, सब ठीक तो हो जाएगा. But वो डर उनको action करने से रोक रहा है, वो problem है, which means that I am not able to study because I'm so anxious. There's a difference. One is, there is this amount of fear and there are some thoughts of doubt coming in, is this going to work for me? How is it going to work out for me? All normal, okay. But does it stop you from studying? Does it affect your concentration? Is the stress so much within you that it affects how much you eat, how you take care of yourself? That is the problem. Then you need to work on releasing that. And there are several exercises to do it. I give one of my clients a simple exercise of breathing every 1 hour. Har ghanta. Just take a few deep breaths and exhale through your mouth. Every time I exhale through my mouth, I reduce the beating inside my brain. I bring it down. So I almost get into what we call as the alpha brainwave or state, where my left and right brain get balanced. So every 1 hour, if anyone who's really anxious, stressed, fearful, doubting too much, then start breathing. Because as you slow down your breath, you reduce the number of thoughts in your mind. Automatically what happens? You come out, kind of feel there is a power within you guiding you. It's like how someone tells you, I'm telling you it's going to be okay. That feeling comes in from within you, because that's how we are. We are naturally aligned to this power within us. But the stress, the anxiety takes over. So slow down. This is one simple exercise, and it worked so well, especially with students when I tell them to do it. They come back after a month saying, ma'am, we feel so much better. I feel I'm confident. This is going to work out for me.
That sense of relief.
Yes.
So is manifestation failing because people don't believe enough? Or do you think it's because their nervous system is wired for survival?
I think there is obviously not enough faith in the process. They don't understand it enough. It's not only about, visualizing and visualizing 10 times a day, affirming 1,000 times a day. Understand the process, understand the essence of the practice. In one line, if I could explain it, you have a lot of power. You have a gift called imagination. So even if something is not in your life right now, if I imagine it, my subconscious mind can cooperate with me. It can form pictures around this very desire that I want. So if you understand, it's not a trophy, it's a process. I have to get myself involved in the process every day. So it's not like a destination, it's a journey. Enjoy it. Every day you get better vibrationally if you practice working on your goal. So if you're only looking at it in terms of, I have a destination, this is my goal, I have to get there, you get impatient. You lose hope very easily, because it's not necessary that every day something good will happen in your life. So manifestation is about changing and transforming your energy. If you understand that, then you will be able to succeed in it. So I think lack of faith is a problem, but a lack of faith in yourself is not so much of a problem. Lack of faith in the process. How does my mind work? Do I have the power or not? That is the problem. Because everybody feels, hey, I am smart, I am intelligent, why am I not succeeding? You're not succeeding because you're not working on your energy. You're just working on your goal. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, we do set goals and we are so focused on our goals, we might ignore the energy. I can kind of agree with you. So do you think law of attraction becomes sort of emotional suppression?
Sometimes yes. It can lead to denial, which means I feel I have to stay positive all the time, because only thing that will help me achieve my goal is I'm smiling, I'm cheerful, I'm saying everything is okay. So this is one aspect to positivity. It just leaves you feeling better, but it should come naturally. Positivity is not about suppressing it. You have to deal with how you're feeling. So I always give this example to my clients, that if you're feeling fearful and you just say, hey, everything is okay, let it be, I'm affirming, then what happened? You have dropped your vibration. Your subconscious feels ignored. It's like a child. So the moment I say, oh, you know what, I'm not feeling good. How am I feeling? What's exactly going on? And I write it down on paper. And then every few hours I come back to it and I say, hey, am I still feeling like that? You know what, it's okay to feel like it. I can let this go. I can release this. The moment I start doing this, it's like a child who's getting attention from the mother now. So the child starts to behave, right? Because if a mother is watching or a teacher is watching, the child kind of now knows, hey, I'm conscious, I have to be conscious, I'm being watched, observed. So your subconscious actually gives you problems. The whole system of memories, past karma is all about transformation, right? So how does it let you know that I need help? Through a problem, through a negative feeling. So if you're working on releasing it, then manifestation can become a joyful process. So positivity will come naturally to someone who's focusing on feeling better but not ignoring. So again, if they understand what the process is about, they'll automatically become positive effortlessly. You don't have to force yourself, and definitely not ignoring your feelings.
But sometimes you hear people say, I've been visualizing for years, I've been manifesting for years, and it hasn't worked out for me. What is really happening in that case psychologically?
The first question is, have you been feeling good? You're trying to visualize, you're trying to affirm, you're maybe journaling, but are you feeling better than what you were feeling perhaps few months back? You see, because manifestation is about vibration, feelings. So even if I'm affirming for, let's say, 10 minutes a day, or maybe 1 hour, people say I've been affirming for like half an hour in the morning, 30 minutes at night, but does it leave you feeling better? For example, after I finish affirming, do I feel lighter? Do I feel excited? Check. A quick check is, am I feeling better? If your practices don't leave you feeling better, Perhaps either the practice is not correct, the way you're doing it is not right. Most importantly, maybe your goal is not exciting enough for you. So despite connecting with it, there's no change in feeling. One of these problems is definitely there.
So, you know, whatever we are speaking about feels like these are all manifestations for personal goals. Things that you're looking to achieve. But what if somebody has a lot of bad relationships in their life? What if somebody is not being able to connect to anybody? What if somebody is going through loneliness? Now, I don't think manifestation alone can work there, or can it?
Manifestation works everywhere. It's just that I need to train my mind to see something which I currently am not experiencing. So let's say I want more affection, respect from my partner. I need to clearly affirm every day that I deserve that respect. So what is really lacking is people are affirming for what they want, including a better relationship. But then they don't think of giving this love to themselves. I'm only longing for that love from someone else. The fact is I need to feel good about myself. So self-acceptance is not there. Then it will push your goal away. So again, manifestation in such cases is not failing because they're not doing the work. They are only hoping for change from other people. The change must come in your energy. So love yourself, look at yourself with a smile, give importance to your feelings, tell yourself, hey, you know what, it's okay to feel like that. What do I really want? Be patient like a mother is with a child. You be patient with yourself when it comes to your goals. So develop more self-love and lots of practices to do that. You can journal and write every day, I love and accept myself wholeheartedly. You can practice looking into the mirror with a smile and saying, oh, you're beautiful, I love this about you. You did such a good job today in the morning. So talk to yourself, self-talk. Self-talk which is not only about your goals. Problem is people are only talking about their goals to themselves all the time. There is no self-reflection, there is no self-love, there is no acceptance. If this comes in, then it will work for them. Even manifestation for relationships will work.
I think self-acceptance and self-check, I think, is something that most people don't do. Because we are living in a world where we're constantly working on everything else. We're not really working on ourselves. And my belief is that if you work on yourself, I don't even think you would need the manifestation, the journaling. Journaling you would need, but the manifestation or the affirmations, because it's like if you fill your own cup, right? And if I fill my own cup with love, then I have love to pour. Then I'm not going to wait to manifest a loving relationship. Because if I fill my cup with it myself, then that's all I'm pouring, that's what I'm attracting. So I think the correction anyways is required in self.
I think affirmations and goals are important. It gives you a direction in life. Because you see what happens many times, things could be okay for you today, but something can go wrong tomorrow. If I have a goal I'm pursuing, it kind of keeps me motivated in general in life. Today, a big problem I see among the youth as well, not just, people who are perhaps working and, who are perhaps in businesses. Problem is that there is no enthusiasm for life. There is no general happiness within. They're doing their stuff. They're getting up every day in the morning. They're coming to work. They're looking after their kids. But there is something lacking from within. That love for life is not there. So sometimes as you start pursuing your goals, you come very close to your purpose in life. So I would encourage everyone, whether you have a problem today or don't have a problem, try to reflect on what is important for you, what can bring you happiness. Have goals. Because Lord Krishna also encouraged Arjun to go after his goal. So he never said don't have goals, but he said don't be so attached that it creates doubt, worry and anxiety. So set goals, connect with these goals every day. Even few minutes in the morning when I wake up and I say, oh, I'm grateful I have this in my life, subconscious has some work to do. You see, if the subconscious is kept idle, you don't give it any general purpose or perhaps direction, it has a lot of power. And it doesn't know how to use that power. So might as well give it a direction. Otherwise, it is very happy to go to your past and trigger you with all past conditioning, memories, patterns and blockages. Start doing it and you will notice how in general you're starting to love yourself more. Because if I have a beautiful destination, I'll feel like taking care of myself because I want to look my best, feel my best, do my best to get there.
That's absolutely true. So let's talk about the inner child. I think what we were as children, what we are today, the past helps you get to the present. Not just our past, our parents, our generational traumas, thought process, everything gets passed on. Physically, our DNAs get passed on. Mentally, traumas get passed on. It's, everyone thinks that you're original. You are, a fresh, I would say, fresh being. You are, but then there's so much that you come with as well, physically, mentally, emotionally. So most professionals watching us are high functioning. Tell me, what does an unhealed inner child look like in a boardroom?
Always doubting, never happy. You can give your best, but yet come back and feel, I could have done better. Now, there's nothing wrong in reflecting and telling yourself you can do better, but there is a lack of satisfaction. If your inner child is not healed, you will not be comfortable sitting with yourself, spending time with yourself. You'll always, look for company. So in a boardroom, if an inner child is not healed, you're always doubting yourself. Even when you're communicating with others, you're always not sure of whether or not you should be saying something or whether or not your point is going to come across in the right manner. Why? Because inner child determines your communication. Inner child determines your confidence. Inner child determines your clarity of thought. So wherever you are, if your inner child is not healed, you will always be stopping yourself, limiting yourself from putting in your best effort. Most importantly, you will never be happy with yourself. I'll always be feeling like, I could have said this, I didn't say it. I could have done this, I didn't do it. So a doubting mind, a limiting mind is always an example of an unhealed inner child.
But do you think people actually sit and reflect on the fact that their inner child is not healed?
They need to. Today they need to. You see, because in the earlier days, people had an environment which was based on spirituality. Spirituality was always given a lot of importance in everyone's homes. Today that is not the case. Today goals are given importance. Competition is there. You are in an age of information technology. Everything every day is changing. So it is very important that you spend time with yourself. And you see, psychologically, if you understand an inner child concept, what happens? Automatically you start to realize that I may be having so much which is responsible for my interaction with others. So if somebody is spiritually conscious, they stop blaming other people for their problems. But today, if that consciousness is not there, but if I understand that, okay, everything is energy, right? Even quantum physics tells me everything is energy. That means whatever I'm attracting from another person is also energy, and it's coming from something within me. So if I understand this concept, even from psychology point of view, science point of view, I will work on myself. And as I work on my inner child, I feel better. See, anyone who's never done this work, I would always suggest, do it for yourself. Just try sitting down with yourself in silence, close your eyes, make sure there are no distractions, place your palms on your chest, rub your chest a few times, say I love you to yourself. And if there is a negative memory from your past, allow it to come. Don't stop it this time. Notice how it makes you feel. There could be some heaviness in some part of the body. For some, it could be the throat, it could be the chest, it could be the stomach. That is where the energy, the most from your past, is stored. Start to touch that part of your body. Say, I love you. I want you to know that I'm there for you. Even if you don't believe this stuff, just do it. You will definitely feel good. You will be someone who will say, I don't know how it worked, but I'm just feeling better. Why? Because your body is your subconscious mind. And you carry this body with you wherever you go. In the boardroom, with your friends, in your home. Body is with you all the time. So if this body is storing memories of the past, there must be a lot of stress, tension, anxiety, which you're not aware of. Why? You're just busy doing stuff for yourself. Wake up in the morning, I have targets.
Yeah, we're all on a hamster wheel.
That's what happens. But when you sit down and see yourself like a child, you see, everyone loves seeing children. So when I see my own self, perhaps when I was 7, 8 years of age, it will bring in feelings of love, affection, joy, and a lot of things which you missed as a child. You will realize that you're still carrying with you. For example, if you did not hear enough, don't worry, we're there for you. It's okay.
If you didn't hear it.
Yeah, if you didn't hear it, you will feel that, difference when you start saying this to yourself today. For example, if someone didn't hear enough, I love you. Maybe they had parents who were not very expressive. They will always lack love from their partners. And when they start saying I love you to themselves, their self-love quotient will go up. They'll just start feeling better, lighter.
It will probably change their relationship not only with their partner, with themselves, like you said,
Yes.
but that will also change the way they are with their partners.
Yes.
Because I think if you come from parents that are non-expressive, non-giving, probably busy, just working, that's your love language as well then.
Yes. But then everything is energy. All vibration is first taking place inside the body. When I look at myself like a child, I feel better. I am subconsciously sending a better signal to other people. So what you said is absolutely right. But then even unconsciously it will happen. You will not even have to make an effort for it. As I feel better, I send that energy to other people. I draw better behavior from them. Everybody in front of me can give me good, not so good behavior. What am I drawing from them? That comes from my subconscious memories and energy. So inner child work, therefore, should be tried first. Rather than saying, I don't need this or this is not for me, just try it. Just see how it leaves you feeling better. If it does, do it every day. At least once or twice a day, sit with yourself, place your palms on that part of the body where you feel some heaviness. Just say I love you to yourself for a few minutes. You'll feel better.
So according to you, which childhood memory, instance, belief actually blocks success for the rest of our life?
Lack of love. Any moment in your childhood where you felt not important, where you felt perhaps you were ignored, that is the greatest blockage. Because even if I put somebody through a light meditation, and most of the times, though they are not even thinking of it consciously today, they will always have memories from the past with their parents or with their friends, elders, where they felt ignored, unloved, not accepted. So I think that is really the number one reason why today they face blockages.
So you think that people who are successful have had good childhood always?
They will always be stuck in some or the other area. So for example, if somebody is very successful financially, not necessarily that they will be very good in their health and healing aspect, which means there could be a health issue, a health concern, and it's very difficult for them to come out of it. So everyone has a childhood which must have been filled with moments where they felt like that. Or perhaps their childhood was great, but they came with some memories from previous lives. So every person in their life will be stuck in at least one area which will push them to work on themselves.
So, you know, we talked about old wounds and we're talking about childhood experiences. How is it different to intuition?
Intuition is a natural aspect within a person that automatically gets stronger when I'm coming from more peace and clarity.
Is it not childhood memories being repeated somewhere?
I don't know whether it is the memory which is giving me the feeling or it is more like inspiration coming from my higher self. That is why if there is a doubt despite the strong feeling, don't act on it. It may not be intuition.
Yeah.
So if there is a feeling, I should do this, and you think this is intuition, but you're also feeling, hey, should I check this with someone? But is this going to give me the result? Maybe it's not intuition.
Yeah, because it could be like your past memories telling you this is the direction for you.
Yes, yes. Most of the times it is. If there is a strong feeling which is coming from your higher self, there is no doubt. You will want to act on it without checking with anyone.
So let's talk about something that's very important to you, and I feel it's very important in our lives, forgiveness. I know that you're a PhD and a doctorate in this field. Firstly, tell our listeners, according to you, what is forgiveness?
Forgiveness is a transformation in your heart. It's a release, which is a natural part of who you are. So when I think of God, I think of peace, right? So forgiveness is me connecting with that state, with my own God self. So whenever in life I am feeling bitter about something, I'm angry about something, there is something within me which doesn't make me feel good. Check. There must be a person, there must be a relationship, there must be an experience which has left you feeling hurt.
Don't most people think forgiveness is about letting go?
Forgiveness is about letting go, but letting go is a very natural part of who we are if we just allow ourselves to return to this aligned state. For example, the first thing you need in forgiveness is willingness to do it. You should be willing to do it. So if you understand why forgiveness is important, letting go honestly 50% happens naturally. Which means if I understand everything is energy, and if I am carrying bitterness, my subconscious mind is getting one message: more of this please, more of this please, more of this please. Oh, we want more of bitterness. It will bring more people who make me feel sad, bitter, angry, irritated, upset. So subconscious doesn't know I'm feeling this for someone else. Let's say somebody cheated me, right? Because there was a client of mine who came with this problem, saying that everybody who I meet, who interact with, do business with, ends up manipulating me.
Yeah.
And he says, how do I forgive them each time?
Yeah, because it feels like you are the one who's a victim every time.
Yes. And so he says, is forgiveness right in this situation? I had only one answer to him. Forgiveness is always the solution to all the problems. So it is not about a specific person. There must be something, there must be some karmic lesson which I need to learn. How do I learn that lesson? First of all, remember, forgiveness is not you forgiving a specific person. It is you embracing the energy of forgiveness. How do you do it? First of all, you should always put down names of people, which I made him do. I made him put down names of all the people who have hurt him, cheated him, manipulated him. Then I told him to take 7 days with one person. Every day write. Writing forms many new connections inside the brain. We cannot ignore, your brain doesn't allow you to forgive. So when he starts journaling, I completely bless and forgive this person. Now he says, I'm not ready. I told him, let's just test it out. Just see if you feel better when you write. Now, before we started this exercise, I also told him of what is happening to his own life force when he's not forgiving. For example, simple exercise. Close your eyes. Think of people who have hurt you. Notice the energy inside your body. You don't need a doctor to tell you that. Now, close your eyes. Think of moments that brought you a lot of happiness. Notice the energy. Your own body.
Yeah.
You see how the energy can shift? In one moment, the energy can shift from negative to positive. If you want to heal yourself, you want to attract better relationships, you want to be successful in your career, you need to be in this positive energy. Otherwise, you block the flow of success in your life. So he obviously did some sessions to understand this. Now, he started journaling. He was open to experimenting and saying, okay, let me see what happens. I told him, try for 7 days. If you feel better, do it with the next person for 7 days. He automatically went on to 4 people. When we met the second time, he had finished with 7 people. And what was the first thing he said to me? He said, you know, ma'am, there's just one thought in my mind. Good things are going to happen to me now. And he never looked back since then. So you see, the karmic lesson behind a repetitive pattern is transformation of your heart. Despite the problems, you don't lose hope. You continue loving yourself. You continue to love life. That is the lesson we have all come to learn. That is why there is a saying in Adhyatma Ramayana. Sukhasya dukhasya na kopi data paro dadati ti kubuddhi resha. To think somebody else is responsible for your happiness or sorrow is ignorance.
I agree.
That's what the Shastras tell you. So, if a person is still doubting whether this works or not, first of all, I would say Tasmat Shastram Pramanamte. Read the Shastras, read the scriptures. They are filled with the essence and energy of forgiveness. Secondly, understand the psychological, mental benefits of working on forgiveness. Number 3, observe physical symptoms when you work on forgiveness. All 3 will convince you towards working on releasing whatever negativity has happened to you in your life.
I agree. I mean, I did not understand forgiveness, let's say from this depth, but I just see it as a very simple thing. If I'm holding on to it, I'm the one who's suffering.
Yeah.
So I just see it as simple as that. Forgiveness helps you not suffer.
Yeah.
You know, it's not even about the other person. It's not even like, also I feel like forgiveness sometimes can be a very elevated sense of self. You know, I am forgiving that person, but who are you to forgive anybody? It happened with you. Let's say a person did something. Let's say something happened in your life that was unfair or seemed unfair to you. But forgiving is you not holding on to the toxicity. Even if people misbehave, people manipulate, people cheat you, people lie, whatever they may do. But I feel like holding on to is like, you know how they say you're holding on to the fire expecting them to burn. It's like that. What is the point of that bitterness? So and forgiveness, I feel, is a lot to do with self-healing.
You are absolutely right. And I think you use the right word, self-healing. just notice when you're not feeling good about something, you cannot give your best even to your family members. You can't give your best to your work. So energetically, it is definitely not giving you any benefits, number one. Two, it blocks clarity. Anytime a person is angry or upset, the first thing that they will start noticing is, I can't think properly.
Yeah.
I can't get this word. I don't know what is happening. You notice immediately that anger can destroy you.
Yeah.
Bitterness weakens your life force. And most importantly, you can't do what you should be doing for yourself. And another problem that people see with forgiveness, which is why they're not able to forgive, because I talk to people every day, and one common reason why they say, I can't work on forgiveness is, if I forgive him, God will forgive him. He will just be released from all the negativity he has done because I'm forgiving him, right? It is not so. Everybody has their own karmic bondages, debts and patterns. They will have to deal with what they have done. You do your bit. Yeah. Perhaps your lesson is to free yourself from the negativity, and maybe they will have to keep learning that lesson and suffering with it. So you focus on yourself. That is what is important.
I also feel a lot of people intellectually forgive, but emotionally still get stuck.
Yeah. There's only one way to check this. Are you feeling okay with the past? I'm not saying you should love your past, but that is not a practical thing to do. For example, people have this question, then should I do good things to a person who has hurt me? You don't need to keep any connection with someone who has hurt you. If you feel like withdrawing emotionally, physically, please do. You have every right to follow your heart. If you feel staying away from this person is good for me, do it. Just make sure the decision comes from peace. Even if I decide to separate, I decide to withdraw from someone, if the decision comes from that negative feeling that wrong happened with me, he did this to me, she did this to me, you're perhaps not in the right vibration to take a decision. Take some more time. So only one way to check, how are you feeling? If you're okay, there's a neutral state, or you start to feel better, this is a good sign. That means the past is not bothering you anymore.
So when people don't forgive, people don't let go, they get into a state of resentment. Can you explain this? And I also feel like resentment is almost addictive to human beings.
Resentment is a dangerous state because sometimes you just feel that you have moved on and you don't realize that you're resentful. You get bitter about everything in life, not just that specific person or situation. Everything you do comes from that inner feeling, I have been wronged. So let's say, for example, there is a woman who's had a very abusive partner, or perhaps she always feels that she's always given more in a relationship. And she's the one who's always been giving, which a lot of women feel. They feel very, victimized. At the same time, they feel they always have to give more. So slowly, they could get resentful about the fact that I am a woman, I'm expected to do things, and no one appreciates me or loves me. The first thing that will be affected is her health. Why do women have so many health issues? Because of the fact that they don't realize the resentment is developing. And women are very sensitive by nature. Actually, women really need to be loved and respected so much because they do so much. Every home, the foundation is the woman in the house. Yeah. So if she is loved, respected, appreciated, and if every woman in her childhood is taught to love herself, then even if she comes across a partner who perhaps doesn't value her so much, that foundation of self-love will be strong, no? She will start to feel that love for herself, and she will be grateful for life, for her body, her life in general. When a woman reaches the state of gratitude from resentment, if she's consciously working on gratitude, let's say she's not learned this in her childhood, but today she realizes, what is happening to my body? What is happening to my body with all this unforgiveness, with this resentment? And she starts practicing gratitude, remembering all the good things that happened, even complimenting herself, doing what makes her happy, whatever she can do, she should do. And as she practices gratitude every day, as she develops a spiritual connection, you see, the moment I close my eyes, I start breathing, I start sitting in meditation, without any reason we feel happy. That is why the Taittiriya Upanishad says, Raso Vaisa, Rasami Eva Ayam Labdva Anandi Bhavati. That means God is bliss. And you don't know what that bliss is like unless you experience it.
Yeah.
So I have always suggested this to my clients, to my students. If you feel you're not able to handle the negativity in your own house especially, just close your eyes, start breathing consciously. First of all, the intensity of that emotion, including resentment, will start to come down. Even 10-15 minutes every day, start doing it. And even if things on the outside have not changed, you will start feeling better. Secondly, write the good things in your life. Anything good that happened today with you, it may not have come from your husband. Still, in general about life, you write. Third thing I always make them write to even release resentment is, say, I bless. If it's very difficult, I always tell them, when you bless someone, how do you feel? Most of them will say, I feel good. I feel like I am someone who can bless someone, so I'm blessing them. It raises your vibration. So, say, God, please bless, forgive this person through me. I'm not able to do it. Please do it through me. Why? Because if you think of God, you will not think of God being resentful. So ask God to forgive and bless through you. Start writing every day. The fourth thing, and I encourage everyone who's holding any negativity because of wrong experiences in their life, just use one statement. Affirm what you want to attract in your life. Supposing you've had a partner who's never appreciated you, and over the years you've got very resentful about the fact that your in-laws don't respect you, family doesn't respect you. Start saying, I get love and respect from everyone I interact with. Sow the seeds of what you want. Today there is no respect. Agreed. You start saying it. Subconscious works on repetition. The more I say it, the more it starts to believe it. But if you only say this statement without sitting in silence, without practicing gratitude, it backfires. Because now you get even more resentful. I am affirming. Where is the change?
It's not happening.
So combine gratitude with silent sitting practice. It can really help you overcome even those memories which kind of make you feel bitter about life in general. Some people are so bitter that they feel, I don't want to do anything. I don't want to take care of myself. I don't even feel like waking up in the morning. Don't reach that stage. Start working on yourself today itself.
You're absolutely right. I think, forgiveness changes your state of mind, if not anything else. Yes. So, like you said, it changes your energy, your place of being. And it can change your life, not anybody else's. I think people attach forgiveness to results based on other people, but it's actually results based on self. But like the example you gave about women being stuck in marriages or in families where they don't feel appreciated, where they don't know how to forgive because they've reached that state of resentment. I've been in this home or in this relationship or in this family for 15 years and I didn't get the respect, love or whatever else they wanted. And then they reach this point where they say they are indifferent, they say they don't care, but actually that they're still holding on to all the resentment. Yeah. What would you tell them? How can they let go of something that happened 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 30 years ago? You hear of the previous generation still talking about how their families or their partners didn't treat them right.
Yeah. Firstly, please stop talking about it. Because you talk about it to people who keep telling you, yes, life is miserable, world is like that. It doesn't make you feel better. So be careful about the words that you use. Because words can make or break your energy, your life. And nothing will change for you. Look at someone who's using these words for years. Nothing changes. What will change? Your words become your thoughts. The words you use today, observe it for yourself. Start specifically and consciously using few words today. Tomorrow you will be thinking of them automatically. That is the power behind words. That is why Lord Krishna, even in the Gita, has a verse on words. Anudvegam karam vakyam. Satyam priya hitam jayata. Use words which are pleasant. Use words which are sweet. Words that are harsh. Even if I am talking about someone, if I am using those words, my subconscious thinks I am speaking about myself. Oh, that is the problem. So it doesn't change anything in your life. So you continue to affect, that's why I said, please observe the effects of the negativity you're holding for anyone on your health first. See, the effect will always show up on your body, your health first, then it will show up also on your finances and relationships. First, always your health. So I would suggest everyone first become aware. See, no matter how much you give them tips and tools, if they are not inclined towards practicing them,
yeah, that's true for anybody. You can offer all the help, but if they don't want to work on it, there's nothing can be done.
So awareness is important. Read a bit. I would suggest, even if they're open enough to changing their life, read what the scriptures have said. Read books on subconscious mind. Once you get convinced that I am affecting myself with my thoughts.
Yeah. It is us who are affecting ourselves.
Then that awareness, no, that knowledge and awareness, it makes you act. You will start working on yourself. That's number one. But even greater than awareness is self-reflection. So sit down with yourself and look at how you are feeling. Take one emotion. Let's say there is anger, no? Say I'm willing to release this. Supposing this anger is directed towards your husband or it's directed towards another person. Think of the person and say, God, please bless this person through me. Please forgive through me. Say it. Because you want to teach the child. See, children don't want to go to school. You will say, let it be, don't go to school. No, you won't do that. You will say, beta, you have to go to school.
Yeah.
Similarly, your mind will resist it. It will fight this practice. Please understand that this is normal. You may not want to do it after a few days, but like the mother who has better knowledge and information than the younger one in the house and says, no, beta, you need to go. I will help you. Come. So you have to talk yourself through that problem of resistance. If you are able to do it for 3 to 4 months, you will not stop for life. Because that's how beautiful forgiveness, practice and energy is. It will make you feel good about yourself, about life in general.
So let's discuss Ho'oponopono, the Hawaiian reset. And I know you're an expert in this. Can you throw a little bit of light on this? Because I, for a starter, had never heard of this term till I came across your profile and I had to research it. So let's explain to our listeners, what is it?
Ho'oponopono is a Hawaiian word which means to correct, to change, to transform, to heal. So the process is revolved around a simple philosophy that everything happening in my life is coming from my energy, from my past. And I need to take responsibility for it. So I need to stop the blame game. What makes the process very unique is it's a beautiful way of going within and connecting with the subconscious, looking at it like a child. So this whole concept of inner child is given a lot of importance in the process. How do you begin the process? The moment you don't feel good, notice there's always a tendency to say, I wish he would have said yes. I think, this is not going to work out for me. This is always the pattern. You see, your mind is running to several thoughts. The moment you notice that I'm not feeling good, stop, breathe. In Ho'oponopono also, breathing is given a lot of importance. In fact, the word Hawaii, Ha, in Hawaii actually comes from breath of God. Va comes from water. And I actually stands for infinite intelligence, which is God, divine. So, all three are given importance in the Ho'oponopono process. Water elements, your breathing, as well as connection with your higher self. How do I connect with my higher self? It's a common question everyone has, right? I don't feel anything. Why? Because your memories are so dominant within you that you have forgotten who you are. So Ho'oponopono is a process of problem solving. That means if there is a problem in your life, that problem is coming up as an opportunity to help you release the past and identify yourself with the real who. Re-establish your identity that you are divine. So I can live this process by doing inner child work. The moment there's a trigger, I start talking to myself as if a mother is talking to a child. So there are certain common cleaning words used in Ho'oponopono, like I'm sorry, please forgive me.
I was going to ask you that, I researched and it said the words are I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. All these words that are being used in Ho'oponopono, are these being spoken to self or to your subconscious or the people around you?
Always yourself. Because you see, it's a self-healing technique. It acknowledges that there is nothing coming from outside. The economy is not doing well. There is a terrorist activity. I need to clean. Fear coming from outside. Yet Ho'oponopono says, and it's based on our own spiritual wisdom, that everything comes from your energy. That doesn't mean I blame myself. A lot of people think taking 100% responsibility means I am the reason, I am the sinner. No. I don't know. Consciously, unconsciously, maybe through my family, relatives, ancestors, patterns have come to me. In fact, that is why they say that parents should also be aware of this fact that their energy is impacting the children.
100%.
And so everything that you are experiencing today, consciously, unconsciously, may have also come to you from your elders. So Ho'oponopono is about acknowledging, source could be anything. Ultimately, it is coming from energy that is within me right now, because other people have contributed to this energy. Now, when I talk to myself and my inner child, because where are the memories stored? Inside the subconscious mind.
Correct.
How can they be resolved? How will I clean up? How will the problem be resolved in my life? By convincing my subconscious mind to let go. You see, it's deeply rooted in the spiritual wisdom. There is a part of you that doesn't want to let go. There is a part of you that holds on to your ego self. That is the subconscious side.
So it's again related to forgiveness.
Yes. Forgiveness, repentance, reflection, love, gratitude, they're all deeply rooted into the Ho'oponopono process. See, most importantly, when you start doing it, you realize you have actually stopped blaming other people. Because your inner child, your subconscious mind is always yearning for your love and attention. In fact, that is why in Ho'oponopono there is a line. Have you noticed? Wherever there is a problem, you're always there.
Yeah.
It is your boss, it is your husband, it is your wife, it is your in-laws, it is your mother, it is your father, your friend. So everybody around you is sharing memories with you. You are around those people. You will always be around those people the most where you have the most karmic links. So take it like an opportunity to clean yourself up. How? Through your subconscious mind. So when I use the words, please let go, I'm sorry, I don't know from where this may have come up, but we can let this go. Please forgive me, my family, ancestors for creating it knowingly, unknowingly. The moment you say this, no, because you're also using ancestors, you kind of feel that you're cleaning for everyone. In fact, this is so deeply connected with our own spiritual wisdom that our ancestors also need to be free, which is why we have all, the rituals we perform for our ancestors. Why? Because they are living inside us. Even though physically they are not there, if they are not liberated and free, they live through us. And as I work on myself, I'm freeing everyone, including my family. So the most important aspect of the Ho'oponopono healing process is when you're cleaning on yourself, no? Let's say I'm cleaning on my money problems. Even future generations may not have a money problem in your family because you're cleaning on yourself. You're taking responsibility. Even the past members, perhaps who are not present anymore, they passed away. They, let's say, passed away with money issues, anxiety, stress, and they are not free yet. They are waiting for you to clean up so they can be free. So even if one person in the family takes responsibility, you do it for the past, you also do it for the future generations. That is the power behind the process.
So do you think money and success is purely law of attraction?
No. Money and success is a natural alignment. This is who we are. We are abundance. And we naturally have the blessings of Ma Lakshmi within us. It's just that the mind comes in the way. आप अपने mind को संभाल लो, अपनी energy को शुद्ध कर लो, automatically आपके जीवन में सब अच्छा आ जाएगा. So I think आप conscious रहो. The reason why we are struggling is we are not spiritually conscious, we are not mentally clear, and we are not in our hearts, entertaining or encouraging positive feelings. We think it is okay to feel negative. That is the problem. It is not. You have to work on feeling better. अगर इन चीज़ों में clarity of thought, purity of heart, sincerity of action भी ज़रूरी है. I may not take action और मैं कह रही हूँ law of attraction से सब हो जाएगा.
Correct.
तो sincerity of action भी हो गया. चौथा, spiritually conscious. You should be conscious not only कि I want to achieve my goals. आपके words का किसी और पे क्या असर पड़ रहा है? आपके घर की energy कैसी है? You should be conscious of it. तो ये जो spiritual consciousness है, it can bring about lot of positive changes in your life even without you working on a specific goal. ना आप अगर spiritually conscious हैं, आप action ले रहे हैं, आपके mind में clarity है और आप in general ना अपने life को लेकर आप serious हैं कि ये मुझे एक important gift मिली है. This is an important valuable gift I've got. If you're focusing on these 4 aspects, then honestly people don't lack anything. They always have everything coming to them effortlessly. And acceptance. If I'm working on these 4 aspects, then I begin to accept disappointments. I don't get so disheartened that I will think of ending my life, or I may think of this world is a useless, mean, ruthless world. No. Disappointments,
part of life,
failure, I will learn to take them positively. And if you as parents can do this, then this is the greatest gift you give your children. That effort is also important, not just the reward. That is the beauty of living a spiritually conscious life.
I completely agree. That is so beautiful what you said. It is so important to live a conscious life, and a spiritual one would be amazing. So let's speak about hypnotherapy. Tell me, if the subconscious runs 90% of our life compared to our conscious, how do we keep trying to fix life consciously?
Just keep talking to yourself and choose a few things where you are currently lacking in your life. You can do this for yourself. You don't need to go to anyone for reprogramming your mind. I always tell my students, I can teach you how to do it once. Don't come the second time.
Why do you think people are trying to fix their life consciously?
Because they are suffering with problems. They notice repetitive patterns. They will say, I'm always losing money. Some will say, I'm never making enough money. Some will say, I'm always being disrespected. So you see, they are noticing patterns. So they are trying to fix themselves, which is a good thing. You see, if you notice there is a problem or there is a pattern, you should work on yourself. Now, how do you work on yourself? The most powerful way is connecting with your subconscious. But how do you do it? Learn first of all to concentrate. We are lacking concentration and we want to reprogram the mind. It is not going to happen. You need to first learn to concentrate. If you're able to sit for 10 minutes with yourself, I may be looking at one object. I should look at that object mindfully without thinking of anything else. Very difficult, people will not be able to do it. So first practice concentration. With concentration comes contemplation. Now I'm going very deep into that subject, that particular goal or maybe that object in front of me. So from contemplation comes meditation. That means now I am not even realizing I'm sitting in silence. I'm just so much into the process, nothing on the outside bothers me. There may be noise, it doesn't bother me. To reach that stage, we need to practice. Start with 5 minutes, go to 10 minutes. Twice a day if you can sit 10 minutes with yourself. And then after those 10 minutes are over, silent sitting practice where you feel very connected with yourself, where you just kind of feel comfortable sitting with yourself. Once you reach that stage, now start putting in thoughts which are the reverse of your problems. Let's say I am stressful about money. I am saying money comes to me easily, continuously through multiple sources. I am very lucky when it comes to relationships. Life supports me in every possible way. So choose those statements which are the reverse of your negative thoughts, not any common statements. Another problem is this fancy language, oh, these words are very nice, I'll use it. Are they solving your problems? What are your life problems? So first learn concentration, develop focus, start sitting in silence for a few minutes every day. Then before you open your eyes, put these affirmations into your mind. That is how you reprogram your mind.
Tell me, Dr. Karishma, according to you, what is the biggest myth about hypnotherapy?
That you need to depend on someone else. That you can't do it for yourself. No, everything is about self-healing.
But people do think that hypnotherapy is somebody putting you in a state of trance or in some sort state of mind that finally helps you reflect on your life.
Sometimes it may become necessary for certain people. But I would say that if you are able to sit in silence and you realize you're getting comfortable, then do it for yourself. You may always take a session with someone, to realize how it makes you feel. If it makes you feel good, please practice it for yourself. See, healing, you don't need to depend on anyone else. I always encourage my students and I say, you want to learn to do it for yourself, come to me. You want me to keep doing it for you, I will not do it. Because that goes against the philosophy of each person can heal himself or herself. I am here to remind you that you can heal yourself. I am not here to make you depend on me. That is not, what dharma is about. So, learn about it. Practice doing it yourself. Yes, you can always attend a session, learn how to do it. You should. No harm in learning. But remember, you don't need to depend on someone else. Your mind is very powerful. If you are able to quiet your mind, as Lord Krishna tells Arjun, if you are able to quiet your mind is difficult. He says, Shamshayam Mahabaho, Mano Durni Graham Chalam. Arjun, undoubtedly mind is very difficult. Lord Krishna is saying this. So don't get upset if you are not able to control your mind. Even Lord Krishna is saying, Arjun, you are right, it is difficult. But abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyana cha grihate. With practice, Arjun, and with detachment, you will become the master of your mind. Such a mind will not push you towards wrong action. You will be able to solve your problems. You have to do your best. So when it comes to healing and subconscious mind programming, practice sitting with yourself in silence. Start with few minutes, slowly, gradually increase the time, and just observe. When you say certain words, no, how do you feel? Another problem is people rush. As soon as the practices are over, now they will pick up the phone, they will go and meet someone. My suggestion is, if you want to really practice reprogramming your mind, after the suggestions are over, just sit quiet for a few minutes. Even 2 to 3 minutes is enough. And quietly get up. Don't push yourself, hurry yourself into another practice. If you start doing this, you will notice yourself feeling more powerful. Most importantly, one word, peace. You should be peaceful after doing your suggestions. If you feel peaceful, it is working for you. Now you just need to continue. One common question is, till when I have to continue? When will my mind be reprogrammed? Don't take it in terms of how much time. If you're feeling better and peaceful, no, remember, tomorrow something else may come up in your life. You will be able to deal with it. Today, let's say somebody is working on a relationship. If you continue to talk to yourself, reprogram your mind, no, tomorrow, even when your prarabdha or your past shows up, what is to be in your life for 3 months will go away in perhaps 3 days, because you have worked on your mind. That is the power, that is the magic. Yeah.
So, Dr. Karishma, you said that when we practice forgiveness or Ho'oponopono, there are places in our body where we are going to feel aches or stored energy that is troubling us. Can you explain different parts that hurt and why?
देखिए, नॉर्मली ना जब आप नोटिस नहीं करते हैं तो आपको लगेगा जैसे कुछ नहीं हुआ, मुझे गुस्सा आ रहा है, कुछ नहीं हुआ. बट जब आप थोड़ा साइलेंस में बैठते हैं और आपने किसी को कुछ कह दिया, उसके बाद पानी पीकर बैठेंगे 2 मिनट भी ना, आप रियलाइज़ करेंगे कोई तो एक हिस्सा है बॉडी का जो ज़्यादा एक्टिवेटेड हो गया, जिसमें एनर्जी थोड़ी सेंसिटिव हो गई है. अब जैसे कि गले का हिस्सा हो गया. नॉर्मली ना अगर आप कुछ कहना चाहते थे, कह नहीं पाए, तो आपको थ्रोट रिलेटेड इश्यूज़ रहेंगे. अब जैसे कभी कभी ना टॉन्सिलाइटिस की इश्यूज़ उनमें देखी जाती हैं जो ज़्यादा सप्रेस करते हैं, जो ज़्यादा अपने आप को एक्सप्रेस नहीं कर पाते. या ऐसा भी होता है कि वो अपनी आइडेंटिटी छुपाते ज़्यादा है, मतलब दे आर नॉट कंफर्टेबल विद देमसेल्व्स. तो ऐसे लोगों को भी थ्रोट रिलेटेड इश्यूज़. लॉट ऑफ विमेन हैव थायराइड इश्यूज़. ये भी एक रीज़न है उसका कि विमेन can't express themselves. Many households, they are not encouraged to express. तो ऐसे में भी देखा गया है कि थायराइड रिलेटेड इश्यूज़ ज़्यादा होती हैं. जिसको शर्म ज़्यादा, एम्बैरेसमेंट ज़्यादा होती है, अगेन थ्रोट रिलेटेड इश्यूज़ होते हैं. और कभी कभी जब सैडनेस बहुत है, किसी कारण आप बहुत दुखी हैं, आप बहुत सैड हैं, तो नॉर्मली ना ब्रीदिंग रिलेटेड इश्यूज़ उनको देखे जाते हैं. तो बॉडी का हर हिस्सा कोई तो एनर्जी स्टोर कर रहा है, इमोशन स्टोर कर रहा है. बहुत कॉमन देखा गया है डाइजेशन रिलेटेड इश्यूज़. डाइजेशन बराबर नहीं हो रहा है. नॉर्मली ये जो सोलार प्लेक्सस है, सेंटर है हमारा फॉर फियर, इसलिए कहते हैं ना बटरफ्लाइज इन द स्टमक. तो बहुत जगहों पे जहाँ पे लोग ज़्यादा नर्वसनेस को हैंडल नहीं कर पाते हैं, या वो ज़्यादा कॉन्फिडेंट नहीं है अपने बारे में, तो उनको पेट रिलेटेड इश्यूज, स्टमक रिलेटेड इश्यूज़ हमेशा रहते हैं. तो ऐसे में भी क्या करना चाहिए, आपको थोड़ा इस इमोशन को हैंडल करने के लिए सिट डाउन, थोड़ा रिलैक्स करो, ब्रीदिंग करो. बैक रिलेटेड इश्यूज़, किसी को फाइनेंशियल स्ट्रेस है, सबसे ज़्यादा फीलिंग क्या अंदर, कोई नहीं है मेरे लिए, लोन नहीं दे पाऊंगा तो क्या होगा, इफ़ आई कांट पे देन क्या होगा, आई हैव बिल्स टू पे, व्हाट विल आई डू, हाउ विल आई लुक आफ्टर माय फैमिली. वो जब डोमिनेंट फीलिंग ऑफ इनसिक्योरिटी है, नॉट बीइंग सपोर्टेड है, स्पाइन रिलेटेड इश्यूज़, ऐसे लोगों में बैक रिलेटेड इश्यूज़ हमने ज़्यादा देखा है. तो हर हिस्सा, आज अगर आपके बॉडी में कोई हिस्सा है जो बार बार आपको डिस्कम्फर्ट, दर्द दे रहा है, सिट विथ योर सेल्फ, समझिए कि आपके अंदर कौन सी इमोशन ज़्यादा चल रही है. अब जनरली विमेन को थायराइड रिलेटेड, स्टमक रिलेटेड तो सबको होते हैं, नीज रिलेटेड ज़्यादा क्यों होती है? लॉट ऑफ विमेन सफ़र फ्रॉम नी रिलेटेड इश्यूज़ बिकॉज विमेन डू फील दे हैव टू कॉम्प्रोमाइज अ लॉट. मेनी ऑफ द होम्स दे आर no option, they have to compromise. So when you feel you're compromising a lot, that is also one reason why it could come up in the knees. Or sometimes when the ego is too much, you feel कि मेरे मन का होता ही नहीं है कभी भी, तो उसमें भी जब आपका ईगो ज़्यादा हर्ट होता है ना, नी रिलेटेड इश्यूज़ अक्सर देखे जाते हैं. तो बॉडी का हर हिस्सा आपको परेशान करने नहीं आ रहा है, एक्चुअली आपको हेल्प करने आ रहा है. वक्त आ गया है इस इमोशन को निकालने का. प्लीज़ रिलीज दिस. So whatever part of the body is giving you pain, discomfort, sit with yourself and allow yourself to simply process this emotion. उस एरिया पे भी आप ओपन अप कर सकते हैं. If it is your throat, you can rub your palms against each other, touch your throat and say I love you. Say that to yourself. Say I bless you. उस बॉडी के पार्ट को ब्लेस करो रोज, एवरी डे. आप खुद देखेंगे आपकी इमोशंस की इंटेंसिटी कम हो रही है, उस बॉडी पार्ट की हीलिंग में भी फायदा होगा.
Amazing. Just imagine how we are sitting and thinking there's so many things you need to do to fix yourself, and it can be that easy.
Yes.
So, Dr. Karishma, before we end the session, I would like to talk about the dark side of manifestation. Tell me, do people sometimes use manifestation to avoid grief?
It is easy because I keep telling myself that I have to focus on my goal. My goal is everything, forget about everything else. Or I'm simply daydreaming all the time. Then it could be an escape mechanism. So I would say emotions are a very integral part of your manifestation journey. Don't use manifestation as a tool to suppress your feelings.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think manifestation is like wishing. And if you wish for something over and over again, it'll come true. But I don't think most people realize that manifestation is first working on yourself.
Yes.
You know, a lot of people say, I've been manifesting loving relationship, I've been manifesting money, like you said, I've been manifesting good health. But if the thought process is not supporting that manifestation, is not going to come true. So I think people use prayers, manifestation, of affirmations as an escape.
Yes, because they're looking also for quick fixes. They feel that I'll do this and everything will change. No, you will have to fix your feelings first. Because feelings are generating a vibration. The vibration is further making you think those same thoughts. And no matter how good your intentions are, if you do something in a negative vibration, which is fear, which is, maybe hatred for someone, I may be doing something for you, but if I am thinking of someone else I hate, it is also affecting my conversation with you. Because energy is only one within you. You can't disconnect.
That's true.
And so if I'm just mindful of this aspect, that I have to be the change I wish to see. As Lord Krishna tells Arjuna, yad yad acharati shreshtaha tat tad deve tanujara. Society follows examples of people who do what they want other people to do. So you have to be the example. Even as a parent, it's not enough telling my child, be honest. They have to see me being honest.
100%.
And so manifestation is living that. I want abundance. I have to think like an abundant person. I have to act like an abundant person. That doesn't mean I need money to spend. Acting like an abundant person means how will I think of it? Not from lack but from abundance. And even if you ask yourself this one question every day, if I had what I have been wanting, how would I feel? How will life change? Even few minutes, it will bring a smile on your face. That is connecting with your goal in a positive way. Rest of the times, but be mindful. Value your partner, value your relationships. Manifestation doesn't mean I have to think of my goal all the time.
Yeah.
You get crazy in the process of doing that. No, be like a karma yogi. You take your actions as well. You fulfill your duties, do your tasks. But in your mind, always be grateful that everything is coming from God. Who am I? I am no one. So if I am literally living my life like that, I value my present while I want a better future, that is a sign of a powerful manifestator. Such a person will get what they want. There is no doubt about it. God's grace.
That is so beautiful. I think that is the best thing we could end on. That, you actually detach yourself from constantly thinking you can control, you can this. You actually let go and accept, and it really can change everything. Thank you, Dr. Karishma. That was so beautiful, and I hope people are able to align themselves the way I was actually after the conversation that we had.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Ashna.
Thank you. Thank you.
Forgiveness is the greatest preventive medicine as well as the greatest healer in the world. Namaste. This is Dr. Karishma Ahuja, and you can watch me and this entire conversation on the Human Thread podcast streaming across all platforms.